Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with, and he's always happy as can be. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. We are here, of course, working in the shop. Yes. It's great because I don't have to go out and drive and fight traffic, because traffic here in D.C. sucks as bad as the Washington Redskins. But we're doing some work and stuff over here on some cabinet doors for Don and Sandra. And I'm working on my countertop. I made a mistake. My joiner, when I did the joining, was slightly off, and it ended up making the last piece I glued up dip off of here. So I had to recut it, so I'm going to glue it back together. So I've got that to work on. Hey, what's going on, Art Alexander? So I'll eliminate that up. And then, you guys remember that house that was built in the 1830s? I've got to go through and make some molding. This is the casing for the door. It's actually two pieces. Now, I've been to Smoot Lumber, which has been in business since the 1890s, and they've got nothing like this. So I've actually got to make molding like this. You can see over here, I've already got my blanks for all the pieces, and trying to figure out which ones of my shaper bits. Now, this over here. This machine over here is actually a shaper. Ignore all the junk that's in the way. But with this, I've got a multitude of different bits that can make different profiles and different shapes. So if I manipulate enough of my blades and make multiple cuts, I can make this. See, this is close to the shape right there. What? JJ Wilcox looks like he got hurt. But you can see that that's close to that profile right there. And I have like a little bead bit that cuts kind of like that. So when you start looking at this bit by bit, I'm going to have to make this match. Let me know how the signal is, if you guys can see this or not. I know it's loud because Mike's using those the dust collectors. But here's the worry, like he's talking about. J.J. Wilcox, former Dallas Cowboys safety, who's playing with Atlanta right now. You saw him limping on the field. It's good? It's good? Okay. All right, so I've got to go over here and laminate this piece up so that way I can get it sanded out. And we've got our doors for the cabinet. These are the doors for Sandra that we made from the poplar. Now look at that. Now tell me, look at that joint. Look at that joint. Now, is that a joint or is that a joint? And look at those edges. It's actually out of poplar, and this is birch plywood. This is all going to be painted, so we'll go through. I'll caulk this, but this panel can expand and contract in the panel. See, the work I do, it's not perfect. I can tell you that because it's handmade and stuff, but I got to tell you, it's built to last. When I look at some of the stuff that I've built and things over the years, it's pretty good, pretty sturdy. So all we have to do on those is, Mike, you already sanded those? Okay, is I'm going to have to use my, put the door edge on those, and then we're going to be ready to paint those. But let me get this glued up here. My pistol that I made, so that way we make sure that it's exactly as close
Then, of course, if you're the LA Chargers, you're loaded with what? The Raiders. They haven't been anything the last couple of years. So I'd say, no, I'm not scared of the Raiders. They're something very good. They'd be a formidable team. But fearful? Get out of here.
Try very much calling for
I'm going to say yes. I mean, I think they didn't even work in the turf. Of course, yes, I'm afraid. And Mike, you hit on the head. I think what scares teams is just talent. Like, talent is.
Am I the only one who thinks that the Rams and Kansas City are going to be two teams that failed this year? That they're not going to be anywhere near where they were last year? Am I the only one out there that thinks that?
I think so.
Okay, I'm going to do a video about that. Just so
I think the Rams will fail.
Oh, well, I think they're going to both take major steps back. I don't think that they're going to be. I mean, I look at Kansas City.
Kansas City's still going to be good, but
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to be as good. I think Pat Mahomes is going to come back down to earth.
if the Super Bowl is any indication, the Rams had no business being in the Super Bowl. That was the worst Super Bowl they've ever.
So what I've been doing, also too, guys. One thing that I suck at is being organized. I'm not very organized. As you can see in my workshop, I just got shit everywhere. I've got paints that I put up years ago in here that are pretty much dried up and don't know where the colors were. Some of them are close to others. But I'm trying to work on my weakness, which is being organized. I went through yesterday and started cleaning out the desk because I'm self-employed. I got to save my receipts for for woodworking. Okay, tax man want to know where I spent the money. Rental properties that need to go in a separate bin, and then when I do stuff for Jobu Sports and things, I got to keep those receipts and stuff together, for the equipment and things like that. So I got myself like a little bin. So whenever I go to the store, I end up putting all the receipts in my wallet. My wallet gets to be like real fat. People think you got a lot of money. It's just like a stack of receipts like this. But I can go through and start putting each of the receipts in those bins, and then hopefully go through later on and get it squared away. And I know there's software that I can just have it emailed and everything else, but I just suck at this. Oh yeah, that's good. See, I don't know if you guys can see all the way over here, but you see that little white line you see right there? It's when you're joining two pieces of wood together, you got to make sure that they're dead on straight. The clamps will pull it together, but then you're going to also have that tension, which is bad. So when you squeeze it, you see that line is actually glue that's coming out of the joints, and that means it's a nice tight fit. You want that nice tight glue line. And let me bring this a little closer to you so you guys can actually see this, what I'm talking about here. So here's what I figured. Now that I usually have a bunch of tools and stuff that are piled up over here and in the way and stuff over there, but I've gone through and I've cleaned up the back wall here. So I got my sawhorses and I made a place in my storage building below that they can hang when I don't need them. But this actually works perfect because normally I've got my table saw over here I'm using for a workbench. But since I'm using this and have the space over here, I can still keep cutting wood and he can keep sanding doors, so we're getting more work done. So we're trying to get better organized and using stuff. So I've gone through, I've got tools and stuff up here. I mean, here's what sucks. This is where it's bad for me. Right there, that's a box of roofing nails that go to a roofing gun, right? Haven't used those in years. When I was going through and cleaning out my storage building down below, which just had shit piled up there for probably 10, 12 years, I got a bucket full of those same nails right there. So that's $40 right there. It's $40 sitting down in there. That's just sitting, and I only needed to buy it once. So getting organized, hopefully, it'll save me some money and make things a little bit easier. Okay. One more clip. I don't want to jam myself here. Look at that glue. Oh, sorry. See that glue squeezing up? Look at that. That's what you want. And we've got the joint almost dead on, so we won't have a whole lot of sanding that we have to do on that.
Every day, visionaries are creating the future. So every day, we put our latest technology and unrivaled network to work.
Take a rag and get the excess glue off.
I switched to Liberty Mutual because they let me customize my insurance. And as a fitness junkie, I customize everything. Like my bike and my calves. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you can pay for what you need.
Did you know you can switch to Sprint and get both our unlimited plan and the brilliant iPhone 10R included?
Go on.
For just $35 per month?
Go on.
And it has a longer lasting battery life.
Go on.
See, this is the kind of stuff that pisses me off in life. Okay?
Tonight, your body clock.
So, there was a Sprint commercial. I've had Sprint forever, right? I mean, since probably the last 20 years, right? Been a loyal customer, right? But yet somebody who's never had Sprint, they can get a $35 a month deal to join them and get a phone for free. I can't get no damn phone for free. I'm paying $35 a month for this damn phone. And by the time I finish paying it off, they'll have 2 more phones that are out. See, that's the kind of stuff that pisses you off. They'll take care of the new customer, but the old one, oh, hell no, we can't help that dude. Okay, so another thing we got to do is we have to match up these doors. What's the width of these with the door fronts? What is the width across here? Okay, so 35.
Choosing your investments can be stress-free with a pre-built portfolio for E-Trade. Simply decide how much or how little risk you want to take, and with just a few clicks, they'll have you invested in a diversified portfolio. You'll barely have to lift a paw. The funds prospectus contains investment advice, risks, strategies, expenses, and other important information should be recognized as part of the included for current prospectus, E-Trade documents.
Okay, so that's going to be the drawer parts. Okay, how's everybody doing today? I'm here with Michael Anthony Fitness. Michael, how are you doing today, man? What's going on in your world? Not much? Are you excited about football season about to start? Boy, you look just like down in the dumps. Did somebody steal your dog? What, look at Michael. What? I'm trying to what up? I'm happy. Listen, the day after tomorrow, the King goes to Oxnard. I wish I was going. I'm kind of depressed about that, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you can't do everything that you want to do. And believe me, I want to do it.
Well, the Eagles won more games than the Cowboys,
Oh, wait a minute.
Exercise the ghost of Nick Foles, but to me, it's
What does Carson Wentz need to do? Oh, Carson Wentz need to do to get in the top 20. Stay on the field would be a start. I don't know. Are you guys sick and tired of hearing about the damn Eagles? I am sick and tired of everybody on the Eagles tip that they're the best team in the NFC East. They got Super Bowl experience, blah, blah, blah. What did that do for them last year? What did that do? And when you ask an Eagle, oh, well, we were hurt, man. We had injuries. We say some stuff like that. What do they say? What do they say? Oh, man, next man up. You should have better players. Oh, yeah? Okay. So it's a two-way street now, huh?
But he does have to stop pressing. What I saw a lot last year was him pressing in the pocket.
I got to tell you, man, I'm hoping my Dallas Cowboys kick so much ass this year. I hope they just take it out on all the damn NFL.
Okay, and understand that the team won the Super Bowl. You were a vital part. And when you were the one holding up the trophy, holding up the Lombardi when the season was over, but understand you were a vital part of that. You gotta walk past this.
Were you really a vital part of that? Really?
You were a huge part of that. Understand that, and I think you'll be fine. You know, incidentally, our Sega
I mean, technically he was.
Not when the tough games happen.
I mean, until he got hurt, he was.
Okay,
I
so
don't give him that much credit.
oh well, no, hold on. So technically, if we had taken Tony, because Tony Romo was always great in the regular season. So if we had somebody else,
Yeah, Dak Prescott.
somebody else coming to play in the playoffs to the Super Bowl, he'd be considered a Super Bowl champion.
I never said that. I said he was part of getting there, but I don't say that he deserves to say that he's a Super Bowl champion.
What's that?
MVP campaign. You guys did all
$500. $500.
For the post
That's right. To go.
Drew Brees and
Ready to go?
No, I said it's $500 to go
To what?
to California.
He needs.
Oh, the flight is 500. The tickets?
Okay.
Came in as a rookie, best offensive line in the game, crushed it. Well,
Which is why it's like $500 for the flight. For,
I haven't seen it, but I did
I'll
do
tell
it,
you.
and I know that there are.
and that's why, yeah.
in this top one.
And
That's why I'm not going to training
That's
camp.
one Wednesday. That's one Wednesday
Maybe it's not.
to Sunday.
14.
Sunday's a bad day to come back.
I know, but you only can stay 5 days to carry the partner.
According to the players, where does
That's
he end up on this
what,
list?
that's what she told me. Yeah, it's about 5 days.
You know what? I don't think anybody's going to.
I don't know.
Or maybe she told him that's the rule. You can't stay more than 5 days.
Yeah, she did say that though.
But check and see Tuesday to Sunday. Just check and see.
So
Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night,
Wednesday,
Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday.
because Wednesday usually the cheapest day to fly out.
Tuesday. Try Tuesday. Tuesday to Monday actually, or Thursday to Tuesday. Try Thursday to Tuesday, or Wednesday to Tuesday. Tuesday. You want Tuesday in the mix.
I do think this year you'll see more and more of this out of Dak Prescott because of the creativity of Kevin Moore. But if he is even on
Hold your ears for a second, guys. I got
Now
it.
this one you can afford. No, it's the same. It's the same.
What side are you using?
13-5 versus the NFC East since 2016. To me, as much as we're living in
Actually, Wednesday's cheaper. About $10.
Baker Mayfield is ranked above Dak Prescott.
About $10.
No, about $20.
Check that out. Bam. So this is the edge that we got to put on the doors. Sorry about the noise. I know it's loud, but that's what the equipment is. Can you turn on the dust collector for me?
For Dak is he is the best quarterback in the NFC East this year. And right now he is not.
They keep flashing when
Oh, wait. They're talking about my quarterback. Where do you think Dak Prescott should be ranked in the top 100?
Winning drives, let's
I mean, he was
Take that to heart, guys.
He was 14 his first year.
14. He was not 14.
He was top 20
He's taken there. And
his
that's
first
when-
year.
That's when everybody's watching in the postseason.
Zeke Elliott was number 4, I believe.
I don't think it was top 20.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
can
he
you turn-
was.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
All right, you
want
guys.
me to look it up?
Okay, yeah, look it up.
He
Turn
was
on the
top-
desktop. Okay,
He was top
you guys
20
see that?
first year.
That's square, right? Here we go.
I was just testing that.
Watch.
I'm specifically, I'm watching. Number 14, top 100, 2017. Number 14.
A blast gate one.
Zeke Elliott was number 4.
There we go.
Top 400.
Did that my blast gate over? All right, there you go. So now that's called a finger pull edge. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Look at that door. So now I just got 3 more of those to do. Only problem is, you know, I'm old and I believe in old equipment. I've had this 3 horsepower router for about 15 years, and the bearing, the brushes on it are wearing out, so that's why it'll stop and kind of start. I'm hoping I can get through this. If I can get through these, I've got to take it to the DeWalt repair place so they can put new brushes for me. my 4 cabinet doors. So do the final sanding on these, and then we're going to paint these the color that she wants on there. Cooper Gal, I'm actually waiting for it to come back on. It's going to be interesting for me to put this out there. But they're talking about Matt Ryan, because they're like, well, Matt Ryan, they should have actually made his contract $28.3 million. Because that was the lead that they had against the Patriots and lost the game. But, they're starting to get, they went through and they started listing all of the players. When they start talking about Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, Calvin Ridley, and you start thinking about these receivers that Matt Ryan had to work with. Do you think, let me ask you now, come on, honestly now, and I know we got some Eagle fans in here. Do you think it would have been a difference if we had Julio Jones versus Allen Hurns starting last year? Honestly? Or you guys say, nope, it would have been exactly the same. If our number 2, instead of being, say, Cole Beasley, was Mohamed Sanu, you think it might have been a little bit different? Just a little bit? That's just my point there. So, anyway, that's the first couple things that we needed to do. It's pouring down rain today outside, and if I paint, then that means I can't do anything else. I'm going to work on setting up to make this big-ass molding. Forget about the other teams. You're talking about your Dallas Cowboys, and I don't want to compare teams, just your players.
They were trying to take from 12.
Okay.
From when, so it's 7 to 12.
Okay, how much is it? That's not bad. Okay. So Michael's going to go out there. I got to stay here because I got to work on.
I haven't seen my sister.
Yeah. I did see her a bit there.
It's Christmas, so.
Okay. Well, let me, I need you to take care. See this little bit right here where it's burned?
So you have the other.
The detail sander?
That one worked better than this one. Yeah, thank you. I think the other thing.
It's out in the truck.
That one's better.
And I got to tell you, I love cordless tools.
So do I.
Oh my God, the battery charger that I have is unbelievable. Hold on for a minute. Yeah, that. There we have one of our drawer fronts. So you get these things sanded up. You've got to sand this part. It's kind of hard to do that end grain, but you'll sand that before you paint it. I will be talking about training camp. I won't be there, but I will be following training camp between the internet, between my buddies that'll be there, and so Dallas Cowboys. So yeah.
Go to YouTube channel because I found my name on their YouTube channel. I saw something about that.
Hey, you know what was funny? I had somebody comment yesterday. Some giant fan commented on my channel yesterday about us while we were working. Okay, I don't know what happened. He just left. But he was commenting and saying to get back to work because my customers don't want to see me working, or excuse me, don't want to see me doing YouTube. Get back to work. And actually, my customers enjoy seeing the stuff put together because they can see if it was put together right or wrong. So take that, dude.
More to come with $20 national being recognized. Thanks to the hub. Up next, the Giants. Here's the deal.
They don't like the look of it.
Yeah, they don't like the team. They don't like Sergio. They like both of their quarterbacks. But they're saying there's not competition.
Because there ain't.
Okay,
We've got some details.
so this is one of the hard parts about my workshop is it's not as delusional Cowboy fan. Yeah, we were delusional enough to think that we were going to beat the Super Bowl champions twice last year, weren't we? We were so freaking delusional. How dare us think that we stood a chance against the mighty Eagles, those flying Eagles? What universe do we think that we would be able to beat God Almighty Carson Wentz twice last year? We were so delusional to think that we were going to win those games. Isn't that what he said? And you know what? People laughed at me when I said, because I put myself out there. I put myself out there. Oh yes. Against fifth string cornerback. But you know what? But here's what's amazing. Take a look at our offensive line, fly, Eagles fly, or Biff. We only had one. We had Tyron Smith coming back from injury. Zach Martin was out. Travis Frederick was out. Connor Williams coming back from injury. And we had Lyle Collins. I believe you had your all-world defensive line there, didn't you? Didn't you? And I don't want to hear this crap about, we were injured. Man, get out of here with that crap, because when we said that stuff, y'all, that doesn't count. When we lost Zeke Elliott, you guys are a bunch of bums. Oh, really? We were just talking about, come on.
We're number one in the nation according to J.D. Power. For a record 9 years in a row now, J.D.
Talk about us. And yet, they're the ones that are changing the damn narrative.
Mortgage interest rates are low right now.
So we can't claim injuries.
So protect yourself and take care.
We can't claim injuries, but you guys can. Man, get out of here with that crap.
Your interest rate won't rise with a rate shield.
Come on, man.
Exclusively from Quicken Loans. It's the kind of thinking you'd expect from America's largest mortgage lender. If you're thinking about buying a home, call.
Come on, let's keep it real now. Okay? This is where I've made my workshop kind of convertible, because see, I've got to cut these pieces of molding. Take it easy, Tom. Have fun at your day job. All right, so here's what I've got to do. Everything all right the way you ran out of here?
I thought it was something on T-Jack report.
Oh.
Too bad you can't go.
Why?
But I've been sitting out here for under $300.
From what company? Huh?
But they have, but you know, actually, this is from, they even have some that are under 30. They're like United or Delta.
But that's probably the super receiver fare, right?
I'm looking at Orbit, so it's everything included.
No. Are you sure that it's not the? Because then you turn around and they end up dropping another
Then
50
they have
bones and
some
stuff
from
on you.
American Airlines.
All right, so here's what we got to do. I got to take all these pieces and cut this piece into it. So, in order to make our pieces of molding, I got to use multiple pieces in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this little slot here first. we got that first slot in here. Second part, see, I've got to get a little bit more of a bevel on here, so I'm going to change to another blade and try and see if I can get this profile together. So basically, what I could do, if I had more time, and if I was actually going to use it more, is I could have a custom-made bit made for it, but it would take a couple of weeks and cost, you know, like $600 or $700. So I'm doing it kind of a bass backwards or make do way. What you got here? See the spindle? This thing weighs about 400 pounds. It's got a 3 horsepower motor in here, and it spins that steel, and it cuts through stuff like hot butter. If you ever mess up and get your finger or your hand in there, it's gone. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And this is one of those machines that I don't let anybody else use other than me, because, well, I just don't want to see anybody lose their hands. But so, boy, I got a lot of work to do. I got to get Don's house squared away with this countertop and these doors and stuff this week. I've got E2 Blue wants me to build some cabinets for his house. Daniel, I got to build his bar before the season starts out, so I got those cabinets to build. And I got to get stuff ready here, of course, for the man cave as well. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. This machine is also reversible too, so the motor can go backwards. Now it's a 1/4 round over and a 1/2 inch round over, so you can do either one. But what I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to use this to go into the slot like that, to go ahead and give me this round over right here and still keep that part flush. What it'll do is I'm going to sink it in just enough that it'll just clean up this edge right here and give me the round over. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to sink it in here, so I round that portion up, and this will just hit that portion to just relieve that, so it'll make it a nice smooth transition. I hope. You know, I'm making this shit up as I go along. You realize it, right? Because I've been looking at this profile. I've been to Smooth Lumber, which, you know, they said, well, we can make you the profile and do it, but they wanted $1,200 to make this molding. You know, by the time they ended up getting the knife and everything else, and it's kind of like, yeah, they ain't that kind of money on this job. But hopefully, I can make this work, and then we'll go back, rip that stuff out, and put in the new molding and door jam. And that's the other thing too. That's crazy about this is the door frames are 16 and 19 inches wide. It's pretty big.
The call is free.
And Toco peace of mind is priceless.
So bring your car and go.
With Toco.
Call 1-800-219-9362 for a free quote. That's 1-800-219-9362 or go to tocowarranty.com. Again, that's 1-800-219-9362 or go to tocowarranty.com.
Want to bring those ups to football? Should I jump over anything else? Sure, Charlie. Bring them. We meet again. How about you? What do you bring?
Okay. We're going to try a test run here. Wish me luck.
The stars turn up.
Not too bad. Okay. See how that rounded that part and gave me just a little bit of relief there? I like that. So, here's what we got. This is the piece we're trying to match. Look at that. That's pretty good. It's pretty close. And then I'll end up using a panel bit to do that part. But notice how thick that molding is. This is not like Home Depot fiber molding. This is Poplar 3/4 inch molding. You can't find this. Dak ended poor Dez's career shaking my head. You know what? I'm gonna make my molding. Dez Bryant's career was going downhill after 2014, after he got the big contract. And I'm not saying the contract had anything to do with it. His body failed him in 2015, in 2016, 2017. His body was still failing him. And here's the thing. The thing about Dez was, and I'm not trying to throw shade on Dez or anything like that, but Dez was an incredible athlete. Dez Bryant had God-gifted talent. He could out-jump people. And Tony Romo was a gunslinger. He was a guy that was going to scramble. He was, let's make some shit up as we go along, okay? And he knew how to get Dez Bryant, because Dez Bryant's not disciplined. Dez Bryant might run the same route 10 times, and 5 times it's going to be in 5 different locations. Whereas Dak is a timing receiver, a spot receiver, okay? It's about looking away over here, boom, I'm dropping the ball at this point, and that's where you're supposed to be. And a lot of times Dez wasn't there. The problem for Dez was, as his body started to fail him, that's when your technique, your route running, ends up being the difference in prolonging careers. Because you're going to slow down. You're going to get injured. And the thing is Dez wasn't able to elevate himself like he used to with his body because of his legs, okay? And that ended up killing him. And with him not having the route running skills and things, that's where you couldn't out-muscle people anymore. And you can see, even when he left Dallas, 2 practices he was gone for the season. So it's not that Dak Prescott ended his season. There were times where we questioned whether or not we should pay Dez because Dez had, issues with route running. And the fact that he waited until 2018 to finally say, I'm going to get a route guy, why didn't you think about doing that stuff well before? Because had you put in the route running with your God-gifted skill back then, you'd been Julio Jones. You know what I'm saying? But, again, it doesn't matter. Everybody out there is going to go ahead and throw shade on my quarterback, and that's cool. How you doing, Mal? Now, we got to stop meeting like this. People going to start talking. Sorry. Didn't mean to have the coffee spit out of my mouth. But let me cut this next piece here. Okay. Now I got to go back through all those pieces of what I did before, do them again with the second cut. Hey! right, all right. You're going to learn today. We are getting so close.
It's a great round. I like this.
How close are we getting? Close. Now we're going to put on the big boy.
The airport is a strange place to get
We're going to use this guy.
angry, you're bored, and there's sort of a
It's a lot of steel that's going to be flying around.
I actually did like the rant. Does it concern us that we're not in the training camp yet? He's already mad at what people think.
I think you're right. Dak is average. You can think that. But I tell you what, for an average guy, he sure wins a lot. For an average guy, he sure doesn't choke much.
Creating situations where you got to help adversity because we're so used to just responding and elevating our play. At the end of the day, Le'Veon, dude, just leave it alone.
And I'm okay with my average quarterback because you know what?
Everything he said in that rant was right.
He wins.
Athletes were not just entertaining.
I'd say he's better than a Kirk Cousins since he's kicked his ass 4 times. I can't say I look at Matt Ryan and say, oh my God, you know, he's a winner. And supposedly, you know, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback out there, but how many games has Aaron Rodgers won over the last 3 years? Answer me that one. And that's cool. You don't have to believe in my quarterback. But all you people out there that are talking about my quarterback say he's average, that he's a bum, and doesn't deserve to get paid. When he wins the Super Bowl, I hope you're not there celebrating because you don't deserve it.
Why do we have to see him working out 100% of the time? Obviously, he's working. Look at him.
100% don't need to see that. I think he's in shape. I've loved Le'Veon Bell this entire offseason. I think he's a candidate, in my opinion, trades for MVP of the league with what he can do with the Jets and the fit there. But he also has this stuff. It comes.
There's a lot of different
Goes hand in hand.
because you have the Pittsburgh fan base, which is so old school and so firm and so team first, and he's spurring that. So you have that, and the New York aspect, which is the biggest
all
media
wonders how
market
much that
in the
makes
world. Then you have the salary, where he's still one of the top 3 highest paid running backs in the
The
league.
first through the
And
sixth.
then you have the obsession and the addiction, or whatever you want to call it.
Is that from?
Whatever you like it or not.
Well, the first one's from BWI and the other one's international coming back. She can want to find on dates that work for her.
South Carolina, that's great. 8:25 a.m. Okay.
I mean, it's $20 more to come the week before, but she said she had said something about
You want to be
it.
tough on it. Okay, they don't matter. Clearly, he is not growing. They affect him.
So we're $20
don't
more.
call that if you don't like it. I'll also say this: Andre 3000 over the last couple of weeks was seen in an airport just playing a flute. Playing a flute. That to me is far more see something, say something than anything. Because Andre 3000, like, is it really him? What was him? He's playing a flute.
Like the below stuff?
Yeah, no, I don't even know. Hot cross buns.
Bully.
We gotta get up to a training camp.
We do. We need
It
it.
really needs to be there. You need to be for training camp. We have over 9 hours live coverage every single day. I'm talking interviews and the most exclusive insider access you can ask for your squad. All 32 teams at training camp. It's ITC and it continues today at 1 p.m. Eastern. Maybe we'll play cross buns when you get around. Maybe we'll have to run corner to do that. But we're also going to ask you forward some questions about this. Jimmy G.
Okay, so this is the big bit. Okay, now this one is so big. Did you hear Butt Fumble Sanchez retired? He should have. This one is the one that's a little bit on Gary's side.
Where everything is just a few clicks away. Buying a car should be different. That's why
Using this one, this is a lot of metal.
online.
Who's Dak back? Well, okay. Dak's backup, Cooper Rush. Yeah. All right, so let's see how this looks.
Or you can pick it up from one of our car dealers.
multiple passes, but you can see how we're beginning to take that down. And so that'll go down a little bit lower. But we're beginning to get to this piece right here. So let me start cutting. All right, guys. Okay, we got to get one more pass on this. Got to lower the blade, and then this piece of mold is done. Woo-hoo. Kind of, but we're a little bit thick on there. But, so we're going to have to drop that down just a little bit. So I'm going to have to take the, there's a wheel on the bottom of this that actually is a stop on there. So I'm going to need to remove that so that way I can go in there a little bit more. How you doing, Stacks? This is again playing with the system here to make it work. This is a smaller bearing. It's a smaller bearing, so that'll allow the blade to go in a little more. That gets this profile cut back there further, but because it's such a big bit, you don't want to try and take it all off at one time. So we're going to have to do this in like 3 passes, but to get it down. But we'll get this down, and it'll make this a little bit thinner. Phew. Woo. What's going on, Philly? Cowboy 76, man. I know you always leave me messages on Vimeo. I need to respond to you on those. I'm sorry. It just gets to be so much stuff that I got to do on a daily basis, man. It's hard to keep up. All right. Let me make this next pass, and I might take a break after this. This should be the last cut. I hope. This is one of those things, doing a lot of this ends up getting to my back because it's all side to side motion. So sometimes I take a break. Okay. And that's going to be about as close as I'm going to be able to get to it. Now, I'm a little bit thicker here. I might take that on the planer just a little bit to take some of that off, but that's not bad. It's not bad for the two profiles. What do you think? Pretty good? Pretty close? Then I got to make this piece, but I'm going to use as a beading bit here and then another round over to kind of get me there. Already did Maui. 40 viewing and baby ring that notification. See, okay. Well, and the other thing too, listen, I have another channel that I need to grow, which is Jobu's Day Job Holmes. If you subscribe to that one, what I really want to do, because football season is here, we're going to end up putting out more and more content about the Cowboys. I don't want to overload this channel. Some people like just coming here just for woodworking. I'll start doing stuff on that. So, Jobu's Day Job Holmes. That's me. Jobu's Day Job Holmes. So subscribe to that one for me, and I'm going to start putting content on there as well. So let me make these last cuts, and then I think I'm going to take a break and go out and order this metal. I've got to fix some fascia boards and soffits, so I need the metal to go with it. casing me. Man, using 3 different blades. And I'm pooped. All right, so we've got one of those. To think that all started out as a piece of wood like this, and then we end up getting that out there. So I've got one more style to make for this thing, and then we'll be able to basically recreate some history in this house. And while I'm letting this other stuff dry, I'm going to go out and order some sheet metal for some soffits and go by and pick up some other materials for, what else do I got to pick up? I had a couple of places I needed to go. Oh, frozen fish food for the saltwater tank. That's what I needed. And yeah. So guys, great show as always. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you guys being here. Again, if you guys can sub to my other channel, Jobu's Day Job, Holmes. I appreciate that. And once I get to 1,000 subscribers, then I can start live streaming and stuff on the job site and stuff, and I can start shifting everything that, you know, woodworking wise on the channel. That's sawdust. Well, when you consider, here's the thing. I'll tell you what. Over here in the corner, you'll see this whole cyclone system, and you see the pipes and stuff that are in here. It's actually not a lot of dust when you think about how much I just milled off of here. That container's probably got about this much sawdust in the bottom of it, and that's like a 35-gallon drum for the dust. And you don't see any dust really in the air. I've got this other dust piece that's up here too, which is a fine filter thing. But they're a little noisy, so sometimes I don't use it when you guys are watching because it's noisy. So it's not that bad. This is basically what's kicked out on my arms, but not too much. But then again, this is good because my nickname growing up, look, you see the dust, was Pigpen. How fitting. I really am Pigpen. I'm Mark Holmes, and thank you guys for being part of Jobu's Day Job, and I'll see you guys soon.